What's up, y'all? This is your boy Brooklyn.
What's happening with it? It's your play upon the wave, park of the wave starter.
And you are now tuned into Untitled Radio, where we got
the heat for your street on
99.3. You feel me?
You know, we'll get that in sync one of these days. I think we need to be in the studio to get that in sync.
How you know we're not in the studio?
We got a camera that's showing. We got cameras showing that we are remote. What do you mean? How do you know we're not in the studio?
You're right.
Folk can watch a video and see that we are in two totally different locations.
But what if we're catering to the audience that listens to authentic radio and doesn't go to YouTube or any of
That's
these
cool.
other places?
I'm being transparent. I'm being transparent audially. So, for those just listening, yes, we are in two separate locations. We are in two separate cities, but we're making it happen.
No, that's fact. I'm there. You know what's crazy, bro? I'm literally looking right at the camera, and I just said, "How do you know we're not in the same?" It didn't register. It didn't register until after you said what you said, and I'm like, "Ah, shit. Okay, I got caught in a lie." Oh!
You said a cuss word before I said a cuss word. That's crazy. I didn't even cuss that whole time, and you cussed before me. You see, if y'all was listening to our live, like when we had the first show 2 weeks ago, Quan was trying to get on my case about how I cuss too much and talking about, we about to have a swear jar for you. We about to have a raffle. Whoever can see how many times Wade Parker cussed in the show and get it right, we got something special for y'all. And look at you. You cussed before me. I still haven't cussed yet, and it's been 3 minutes.
I mean, that one curse word minus all of the cuss words that you're about to say over the course of this show.
Think about it. In the last couple shows, I probably dropped about 5 cuss words by this time. I feel it on my lips that I want to cuss, but I'm not. I'm trying to keep it clean.
You're going to forget, and then you're just gonna let them fly. And like I said, we are going to have a Wade Parker cuss meter. We're gonna make him get a jar, and he's gonna have to put his spare change, $1, whatever he got, every time he says a cuss word, into the bucket, and that's gonna go to a giveaway to our listeners.
Think about it. And if I cuss, it's not because I forgot, it's because I feel like doing it.
How many cuss words on average do you think your children say per day, listening to their father say the S word all the time?
They probably say it once a day.
What do you do? How do you discipline them when they say that? Are you like, oh well, it's my fault. I'll take the blame for that.
Because O is only 3 years old. He doesn't know no better for real. So it's like I'm not gonna like spank him or nothing, and I'm not trying to like spank our kids for real. But we do tell them, hey, no, you can't say that. That's not a word for Ocean to say. And then, just go like that. But it's a learning lesson every day because we'll say everything to him, but the only one thing he'll repeat is the cuss word. And I'm like, bruh, you won't even say I love you for real, but you gonna say shit.
Yeah, that's wild. Ocean's wild. That's wild. That's wild of him.
Yeah. So it's like I don't get mad because me and Candy cuss a lot. So and like we're trying, like, now that he's old enough to like really start talking and shit, we're trying to like not cuss as much around him. Well, I mean, it's just natural human things to do. We will constantly keep telling them that's not a word for Ocean to say, and just keep going like that.
I feel it. So what'd you do over the weekend, bro? Huh?
I was gonna say, has Brooke cussed at you yet?
Nah. We don't cuss around. I don't cuss around for real. I really don't.
Look at you making me feel like a bad dad.
Yes, I want you to feel all of that bad dadness. All of it.
Crazy.
Now, I probably said a couple of cuss around, but she's just now getting to the point to where she's kind of starting to say things. She's more focused on counting to 20 than worrying about what cuss word I've said. And singing Ring Around the Rosie and Ashes, Ashes, We All Fall Down. So, yeah.
Good nursing around.
Yeah. Anyway, how's your week been, bro? What you do over the weekend?
Man, it's been smooth. Can't complain for real. Working the job, trying to find a way every day to turn $5 into $5K. Trying to turn into $50K. Get the quick money so we can get out of this BS and do what I want to do. Made some music this weekend with some homies. Got some good shit coming out later on this year in terms of the music. Just rested more than really. Wasn't nothing too much to do. I don't want to say nothing too much to do, but wasn't nothing too much. Just regular wavy pea shit. What about you?
Man, bro, working. Trying to get Untitled to the next level that it needs to be.
Man, let them know what you've been doing.
We can't even let them know. Like, only thing I can say right now is y'all prepare for today's show, because today's show is gonna be catered to R&B. And
let them know who you got.
That's what I'm saying. The reason why I'm saying that is because I got invited over the week to go sit with this man. Some would say he is a hitmaker in himself. He is an originator of the challenge that just had everybody doing the Usher. Superstar. I have none other than Mr. Eric Bellinger on the show.
Yes, sir.
Man, and we really got a chance to chop it up backstage at his Obsession tour. He's currently on tour now. I don't know how many cities he's doing, but he's been doing a lot of shows. And he's
working.
Man, he sat down with me. We talked about everything from, how he feels about the current state of R&B to, how he comes up with his hits. Y'all might know he's written hits for Usher, for Chris Brown, Jeremiah, the list goes on and on and on. So we'll have
that game crazy.
Man, yeah. So we'll have Eric Bellinger towards the end of the show, and also since this is an R&B catered show, me and Wave are gonna give our favorite R&B classics, and also our current take on how we feel about R&B currently, man. Because it's kind of like, I know before the show we were talking about that gray area, and it's like, oh, is this person R&B? Do they do R&B? So, we'll get into that as well today. And then also, who we feel like runs R&B right now. Like, who is running the game? Because it's always that debate. They always got that, I'm the king of R&B, I'm the king of R&B. You got Tank saying it, you got this person saying it.
You know who's running the game of R&B?
Who?
Jacquees.
Let him tell it. Jacquees is running the game right now.
Oh, that man is the king of R&B.
And I can't even lie to you, bro. He actually dropped a solid project. If I'm being honest. Yeah, I kind of mess with him. And I've been listening to Jacquees since 2012. When he was just on YouTube. I remember the people I was hanging around when I was in Miami, they were like, ooh, Jacquees. So they were already playing Jacquees. So I kind of already knew who he was. But did I think he was going to last this long? No. But he's here, and, he's really the one that kind of stirred up that whole I'm the king of R&B thing. But, we'll get into that later on in the show. We're about to take a quick break. This is your boy Brooklyn. I got my boy Wavy P with me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And this is Untitled Radio, where we got the heat.
We got the heat for your streets on 99.3. You feel me? What's happening with is you play upon the wave, parking the wave starter, and this is Untitled Radio on 99.3, where we got the heat for your street on 99.3. You feel me? What's up with it, Brooklyn?
What's the word, man?
Man, I almost called you your real name. That's what happened.
And you know, I almost called you Fresh Kid.
Dang. It's crazy.
I almost called you Fresh Kid. Look at that.
Oh my God. But, you know, we was talking about the state of R&B, or talking about R&B before we went on break, and now we finna get into it. It's weird because, like, I haven't been listening to a lot of new R&B like I want to. But I do feel like the state of R&B is, I wouldn't say it's bad, but I wouldn't say that it's as good as it used to be. Just because, like, out the gate, too many R&B folk trying to sound like rappers, and too many rappers trying to sound like R&B. Like, at least back in the day, you had like a clear distinguisher, like this dude's a rapper and this dude's an R&B singer. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we need that distinguisher again, because how do you feel about that?
Man, like I said before, I feel like it's too much gray area. It's either because now everybody feels like, hey, I can do this. Like, do we? And it's kind of like you really have to think, do we really have any real singers now? Because now everybody can enhance their voice. Everybody can change their voice. Even if you look back to T-Pain, right? Remember T-Pain, he was like, you know, no, I'm a real singer. I know how to do R&B. And people wasn't taking him serious because he had that auto-tune. And then when he took that auto-tune out, people were like, oh, okay, so you really can sing. You know what I'm saying? And he's kind of like, he's drifted away from the from the auto-tune and has just, you know, started singing. But now you got people like the Don Tollivers, the Travis Scotts,
You know what's something? It's funny you brought up T-Pain because I remember seeing a video on why it got to the point where it is right now with auto-tune. Because like you said, T-Pain can actually sing. He only used auto-tune as like an enhancement, like something just to like make the song more than what it was without auto-tune, or make his voice like another instrument and shit. So it happened with Snoop Dogg when he released the song
Sensual Seduction. Yeah, that's my song, bro.
Because I remember when I was younger, I thought that was T-Pain when I first heard it on the radio. And then when I found out that was actually Snoop Dogg, I was like, oh, okay. That's weird. How did he sound like T-Pain? Mm-hmm. And then didn't think nothing of it. Then you got everybody using auto-tune like Lil Wayne, and other people around the industry at that time using auto-tune. That got Jay-Z to start talking about death of auto-tune and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But recently I saw a video when it was said with Sensual Seduction, what made T-Pain not have leverage with being an auto-tune person was when Snoop Dogg did Sensual Seduction, it made it to where everybody can do it. And I feel like because they're trying to use auto-tune as a crutch instead of like an enhancement, that's what kind of messed up R&B in a sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Because now you got rappers trying to sing. You got rappers trying to sing everything, whereas before, you know, rappers would rap their verses. If they needed somebody to sing the hook, they'll get an R&B person or someone who can sing to sing their hook.
You know what's crazy, bro?
Now you got
it's even just like so do you know the rapper? I think her name Monaleo.
Yeah.
Do you know she just dropped a singing record? And I thought she was the rapper, like the Beat Down Your Block. You know what I'm saying? She had that song. She dropped another song, and now she has something that she's singing in. So I'm just like, are these artists switching genres, or?
I wouldn't say they're switching genres. You can tell if there are artists that switching genres. Some people can do both, because with Mona Leo, like her song sounds good with her singing, but she can also spit too. So like you can do both. It's just people who shouldn't be doing both are doing both.
Okay.
That's what's going on.
I guess so. So
that's what's going on, and that's what's driving the divide or the ambiguity of, is this person rap or is this person R&B? So, because in the grand scheme of things, hip hop, rap, and R&B are like siblings, and like close siblings when it comes to music genres. It's just been melded together, I feel like.
So do you feel like
you gotta like separate the two?
Do you feel like the R&B artists have a right to be mad at people that are doing the kind of the switching from hip hop to R&B in their music, and not saying, hey, we don't need this R&B feature because I can enhance my voice in this certain type of way to get the type of melody I want without having to use an R&B artist?
I wouldn't. I see the frustration because it's the way like producers would feel like how a rapper would be like, oh, I'm about to start making my own beats now, I don't need y'all producers anymore. And it's like, why not do music as a collaborative effort? We got to the point, and it goes to the grand scheme of, we got to the point where people are making music by themselves more often than trying to collab. Because like back in the day, you had to go to the studio, you had to have a studio engineer, you had to have a producer, and then you had to have the talent. Like, it wasn't all one person most of the time. And like I said, it was a collab effort. Now everybody can just do it in their room. Like, shit, look at me in my studio. I can make the beats, I can record myself, I write the raps. Sometimes I do a little singing. But one thing about me is I still buy beats from other producers if I don't want to make the beat. I still get features from folks, especially R&B singers, when I'm not trying to do like the main singing, or if I need somebody better than me to like carry the note or make it pop out more than what I'm doing, I'm gonna get somebody to sing it. It's just people just don't want to work with nobody no more, for real.
Yeah, that is true.
The collab effort is not as strong as it used to be.
Right, and
between hip hop and R&B.
True, and I say, and even like, of course, we all know with making any great song, you have to have the right producer for that, for the right song, just to make it just sound good in general. So do you feel like R&B has lost its touch when it comes to that producer
to the sound,
artist sound? Right, because it's kind of like, does R&B even have a sound right now? Like,
nah. Well, you got the sound that you wanted to have, but too many R&B songs have trap beats.
Right.
Or not even trap beats. They have beats that's suitable for a rapper. Like, back in the 90s, you can distinguish.
Ain't nobody trying to make no babies no more.
Yeah. Ain't nobody trying to make no babies no more. Ain't nobody trying to be in love no more. Ain't nobody trying to go out in the rain and beg for somebody to come back. Ain't nobody Ain't nobody trying to be vulnerable about shit no more. And that's another thing. Like, there's no feeling. With R&B, you need feeling in that shit.
Yeah.
And like, people ain't feeling it. Like, they got these cookie cutter ass beats, like the same as what a lot of rappers be using. And like, back in the 90s, you can tell like this song from like It Never Rains in Southern California. You can tell that's an R&B beat compared to goddamn Protect Your Neck by Wu-Tang. That's a specific hip hop beat. Nowadays, you got all these beats that's not really geared towards R&B specifically. It's all like, because the rappers are singing or melodically rapping on their shit now. So it's like R&B singers doing the same thing.
Yeah, I feel it, bro. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and close that out, man. But that's one of the things that me and Eric we discussed as well. So when we come back from this break, man, we got your boy Eric Bellinger on Untitled Radio, man. So make sure y'all stay tuned.
You dig?
What's up, y'all? This is your boy Brooklyn here with Streets 993 backstage at the Obsession Tour, and I got my first guest ever.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Eric Bellinger. What's the word, bro?
Man, I'm good. You know, we starting it off right. You know what I mean?
We got to start off right. I mean, you in my city, you in Nashville.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And you blessing me for the first time, bro. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, let's just talk about the tour real quick, man. So, what has been your favorite city so far?
Man, favorite city? I don't know. Maybe Oakland. I feel like Oakland gave me a super crazy energy, and I think being from LA and Oakland being just a little bit up the road, they always show me love like it's hometown, but they get a little more hyphy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why'd you call it the Obsession Tour? Like, why? Are you upset? Somebody obsessed with you? Like, what's going on?
I mean, when you think of R&B, when you think of fans, you think of it an obsession, but also the song itself really just stood for everything that I wanted the tour to represent, from the R&B song to the guitar, the lyrics, the melody, everything about the song, I felt embodied the mood of the Obsession Tour that I wanted to present.
Okay. And when we talk about, tours, you gotta put on that performance, and with R&B is very up close, very touchy-feely. Anybody threw some panties at you yet?
Man, we ain't had the panties tossed this year. Hopefully we don't, because I ain't really a fan of catching those.
You never know. You might catch something and be like, oh.
You never know. It might get older that you feel me?
And do you have, like, when you're performing, do you have any type of influences when it comes to performance? Like, who do you look up to when it comes to performance?
Man, Usher, Michael Jackson, Jay-Z.
Okay.
All three.
All right. And speaking of Usher, I know that's your boy.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So how has he influenced your career thus far?
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I think the best mentors are the ones that don't know anybody's watching. They don't, expect you to hit them for a report on what should I do in my career, but just lead by example, and I think from his whole career, he's always personified the best representation of an R&B superstar, so when it comes to being in the studio creating with him, watching the beats that he chooses, watching his reaction when people play him songs to submit for his albums, and just the overall etiquette. I think he's just a walking example of how to do it, and I try to make sure that I do the same for my generation and the generations to come.
Yes, sir. And you got that cosign, bro, so that might just boost you up even more, you know what I'm saying? Like, I saw your tiny desk, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so how do you feel about just being the originator of that Usher challenge?
Yeah, man, it's dope. I don't never realize what the outcome will be. I just go in with the hopes of being a ripple in the sea, a ripple in the keep going, and a wave can eventually grow into a tsunami. But man, once he joined in on the challenge, I think that's when it really went crazy. So man, shout out to him, helping take it there as well,
Yeah. And, speaking of Usher, they always want to bring, one of your other boys in, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about them comparing those two, in general? Because you write for Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying, and Usher is your big bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you think a versus would turn out if it was both of them?
Man, I think Usher just got a different caliber of classics. His songs have been able to marinate and have been seasoned more over time. And we've been able to live with them, and they were a part of our lives growing up. And I think Chris is still, coming with the heat. And he already has heat, but I do feel like Usher is just like the level above, just when it comes to, the seed that was originally sown. Like, even Chris Brown looked up to Usher, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that they can go head for head, but I put Usher up there with like a Justin Timberlake, you know what I mean? And Chris Brown got to go in a little younger class.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, so let's talk about why we're even on tour.
Yeah.
The album.
Yeah.
First of all, name your album, where the inspiration comes from, and, just tell us a little bit about it.
So, when you think of the album, you think hit, you think easy, you think 1-800-HIT-EASY, just call when you need a hit. A lot of people reach out to me, a lot of people reach out to Hitmaker for songs, and we are the masterminds behind so many other artists that people wouldn't even know, and we put it together, and then now it's like, okay, you calling both of us, now it's the double portion of an anointing, of a blessing, of a hit record. So when it was time to pick our album title, we threw out a lot of different names, but once we heard 1-800-HIT-EASY, it just popped out.
Okay, and yeah, when I was listening to the album, you know, I kept hearing Hitmaker. So was he like just the main producer on the album?
He mainly executive produced it and A&R'd it. We wrote a lot of the songs together, and the beat selection, there's a lot of people that he has signed to his production company, Make a Sound. So even if he's not necessarily pushing the buttons, he's definitely still guiding the sessions and spearheading it in the right direction.
Okay, and just can you tell everybody, you know, just the importance of having a great producer, especially when it comes to R&B, because you know, now we're like in the era where people is like, oh, is R&B dead? We don't have enough R&B artists. You know what I'm saying? So just tell everybody what the importance is of just having a great producer.
Oh, man, it's Thriller, you know, it's Quincy Jones with Michael Jackson. Like, Michael's an incredible artist, an incredible talent. I'm an incredible artist, incredible talent. I can make a great album by myself, but if I have somebody overseeing it, that I trust their direction and I trust their vision, and at the same time they see something for me that I may not see for myself, it awakens a different seed that's able to harvest. Like when I'm thinking by myself, I done did so many albums by myself and they're cool, but when it's another mind, and I think, you know, powers combining, especially me and him, we're super different but the same. You know, we're the same in essence of, you know, understanding the formula to a hit, but I may approach it this way and he approaches it left. So I feel like once we came together, it collided and it was a big bang for sure. Okay.
And then also on the album, you know, I noticed you had a couple hit makers on the album too. You know, you got Cordae, Fab, Tink, Blast. So how is it working with those guys? Were you in the studio? Well, those guys and the lady. But were you in the studio with them? Did you send it over? How does that process work?
Nah, all of them was sent over. You know, it's people that I work with a lot. And have been in the studio with. But in this particular case, it was more so like, yo, the song is done. And I hand selected each of the features, like, I need you on this song, Blast. Money Long, I need you on this song. Tink, I need you on this one. And all of them just delivered and went crazy to where it was no need to even go back. It was just, yep, send the session, send your vocals, we mixing, mastering it, and we straight. It was, you know, we working with high caliber artists, top tier, you know, type of people.
Okay, and, you know, last but not least, with the album, what's your favorite song off the album?
Yeah. Man, I don't know. This is probably the hardest album I ever had to choose one, cause the whole storyline behind it, each song is necessary to make it make one. So I look at this project as like one project as a whole, but I don't know. It changes, but if I had to choose, I'm gonna say Curious, cause that's gonna be the number one.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. All right, now, you know, we talked about your album. Now let's talk about the hits you've written for a lot of artists. Yeah. So when it comes to just writing music for other artists, how do you know when to keep and when to pass? And then if you pass, is it one of those that you know is going to be a hit?
When I'm with an artist, I don't never consider it to be my song. Like, if I'm going to the studio with Chris Brown or with any of those artists, I'm only thinking about them. So I'm intentionally creating melodies that they can do and that are in their lane and that no one else can really do. You know, so the songs are really tailored. I'd say in the beginning of my career, I used to maybe be married to a song or something like that, and if somebody wanted it and I didn't want to give it away, but, you know, too many times I passed up on a big bag, you know, and now I'm like, oh, man, these songs is for everybody.
Okay. And just to go down the list, just a couple. You know, you just did the new Chris Brown, Jack Harlow. Yeah. That's probably one of my favorite songs right now. You know, they just dropped the visual. Yeah. New Flame. Yeah. Fine China. Yeah. On Chill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So those bangers in itself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate you for just giving back to the culture like that and just dropping crazy hits. Now, before we wrap the interview, you know, I just want to play a quick little game with you. Is that cool?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So mind you, I'm not the singer, you are. Okay. But we're going to play Finish the R&B Lyric. Right. You know, it's only right. You're an R&B singer, let's do it. All right. So I'm gonna say a line and then you finish it.
All right, cool.
Shawty bad, slim, thick.
She my drug, she my fix.
Yeah, okay. There we go. Chick ching, 1 for 1. All right. If only you knew
how much I do.
Okay.
Love you. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. This is for you, my number one.
This is for you.
No,
you.
Do your part.
That part is actually after.
Okay, well.
Spotlight is after that,
Okay,
so you want to start.
So, spotlight, main stage.
You messed it up. 15,000 fans screaming in the rain. You supposed to go blam 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 blam.
Okay, blam dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. That's all we needed, man.
Sample and a teaser.
Yeah, there we go. You know, I messed it up, but guess what? We still got it out of him. That was my main goal. Man, Eric, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for, sitting down with me. Again, this is my first interview.
Nice.
So, you on my first show, bro. First episode. You came and blessed it. You made it perfect. You know what I'm saying? During Black History Month at that.
I love it.
During Black History Month. I know you about to kill it. Rest of the tour. And again, we appreciate you for being here. Streets 993 Untitled Radio with your boy Eric Bellinger. Peace out.
Peace. Love.
This is your boy Brooklyn, Untitled Radio, Streets 993, man. And we just wrapped up an interview with Eric Bellinger, man. Since I had him do the Usher challenge, you know what I'm saying? I had to do the Usher challenge, man.
Leave that to the professionals, man. Leave that to the OGs.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, let me do it one time.
No.
No, I probably sound like a dead dying whale, bro. But nah, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. The interview was fun. I was crazy nervous. He was our first guest.
Why you act like you ain't been doing this shit, man?
Bro, it's different when I had a big hiatus, okay? And just to be out of my element, I've never done anything backstage, never gone to see an artist backstage, done an interview backstage in their element, because you never know what and how an artist is feeling, especially right before their show. Because 9 times out of 10, they don't want to do nothing because they're trying to prepare for their concert that they have to put on. So I really didn't know the vibe, but when I walked in, he was super cool. Sat down, dapped me up, we got right to it, and I feel like he kind of knew I was trying to bait him into the whole Usher challenge thing. And the crazy thing is that was my main thing when I pulled this video. I'm like, damn, I have to figure out a creative way to get him to do this Usher challenge. And I'm like, I can do R&B
the whole thing, didn't he?
Huh?
Main started the whole thing, did he?
Yeah, he started on Tiny Desk. He was not, was it Tiny Desk or something? It might have been, but he started and everybody just jumped on the Usher challenge. And he even talked about just how Usher has just been a big bro to him, which is a great cosign. Because if you got somebody like Usher, I would arguably say he is kind of like he's the king of R&B.
If he's not one of them, he is the king of R&B now, as of right now.
Definitely,
I'll give that to Usher, because his run is crazy right now.
Bro, I used to listen to Usher when I was young. Like, I had the CDs. Like,
man, I remember you used to trying to hit that handstand from.
You tried to hit the handstand?
Hell yeah!
I ain't never tried. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, I used to be able to hit it. I can't do it now though. But I used to hit that shit.
Yeah, because you got that dad weight.
Shut the
fuck up. but nah, bro, to have somebody like Usher co-sign you it's not even just the Usher co-sign. He just talked about him writing for Chris Brown, him writing for Jeremiah, all these hits You know what I'm saying? Just keeping the essence of R&B alive.
Then for his tape to have like a lot of big names on it, like I heard him talk about how he got Corday, Money Long on that thing. I gotta tap into it. I ain't gonna cap, but I know Kennedy, she loves Eric Bellinger, so I be listening to. Yeah, bro, be listening. Been like ever since I've known or met Kennedy and known her, Eric Bellinger been in rotation.
Yeah, bro. Eric definitely has some hits, and it's kind of like you'll listen to a song. I didn't know that he wrote New Flame until I did my research on him. I'm like,
I didn't know he wrote Fine China.
Yes,
I didn't know he wrote Fine China until he said something. That's my shit.
I'm saying, bro, and you know what I'm saying. He even talked about, you know, what to keep, who to pass it to. If he's writing for somebody, it's kind of like I know I'm writing for Chris Brown. And I know it's not an Eric Bellinger record. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever written a record for anybody?
Yes, actually I have. And I get what he's saying because I do want to get into that a lot more. When you're songwriting, you gotta take yourself out of the picture. And as like the main character, you gotta like write as if you're the supporting character. Like, what the best way I'm trying to say it is. Like the artist I'm trying to work with in terms of writing for, like I told her like in the beginning of the year I want to write some shit for her this year. I haven't really started on it yet, but I have been like playing around in my head, and basically I gotta do it try to do it from her point of view. She said I can do whatever, I can write about whatever in terms of like, and she'll sing it, whatever. So it's basically I gotta take myself out of my point of view as a man and put it in her shoes. Try to figure out like what is something that she would say in terms of what I'm trying to write. Because I'm trying to do like some R&B writing on my beats. Like I got it's kind of contradictory of what I just said before. I got some beats that could double as R&B and rap shit. Yeah. But I feel like it can be more on the R&B side than somebody rap.
Bro, you know what you have to do? You gotta tap into your inner Lil Yachty and write that real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga.
Hey, bro, don't. You gotta tap into your inner I'm comfortable in myself where I can't do that. And shoot, it's crazy that you brought that up because that's the topic for the next show.
Hey man,
it's crazy. That's the topic for the next show: women in rap.
Oh yes, that's definitely gonna be it. That's definitely gonna be a good one. Because I've been looking at little takes, and people say anytime you give commentary on female rappers, you're putting down women. You ever heard that?
What you mean? I've never heard that. So what you mean by that?
Bro, it's like if you say, oh no, I mess with Nicki Minaj, but I really don't like Cardi B because she does da 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 da. Then they say, well, you're putting women against each other. You're tearing down women. You're not supporting women. And it's kind of like, can we have an opinion on female rap the same way we have an opinion on male rap? Can rap just be rap like that? But I'm gonna just say,
I'm gonna talk like that. I'm gonna give like a real quick on how I think about it, but we can dive deeper into it on the next show. Cause like that was one of my points. Like, why do we pit women against each other in terms of like who's the best? Like, why is it that, all right, if you like Nicki Minaj, why can't you like Cardi B? Of course they had beef with each other, but I see folk still play Jay-Z and Nas the same. I see folks still play goddamn 50 Cent and Ja Rule the same, and they had major beef. Shit, people still play Tupac and Biggie like they're the same, but you can't play Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. And the only time they care about lyricism and rap is if they hear women rapping about they pussy or sex and everything. As if, you don't listen to male rappers rapping about women on they dick. So you rather listen to a nigga talking about women on they dick rather than a woman talking about being gushy and everything? I'd rather hear women talk about that. I don't want to hear what your sex taste is like.
All right. Well, yeah, let's say that for the next show. So real quick, let's give our top 3 songs of the week. Top 3 songs of the week, R&B edition. So I'll go first.
R&B edition.
Number 1, I've listened to this song a lot. Bad Habit, Steve Lacy. You know that song? I wish I
know that song.
Okay. Tink.
TikTok hit.
Tink just dropped. But I like this song. It's called MIA by Tink. I like that song. And then lately, I've been missing Chloe and Halle together. Like, I don't like them separate. I like them together. And I feel like Ungodly Hour is just so classic. So I'm just gonna say the whole album because that's just what I've been listening to. So those are my top 3. Like, not completely, but R&B wise, yeah. Like if I'm doing my little car karaoke, I'm gonna throw on some of that. So what about you?
I can dig it. So my R&B hits of the week that I've been messing with lately. Patrice Rushen, Where There Is Love. That's one of my all-time favorite R&B hits. Good 80s classic. Go listen to it if you ain't check it out or if you ain't heard it before. Another R&B song that I just found out about. Not just found out. It was like a while ago. Found out about this on TikTok. It's about this woman named Cecily. It's called Without You. If you ain't heard that yet, bro, check that shit out. She really singing on that thing. And the next R&B track that I'm fucking with from my homegirl here in Cincinnati, Cleo Court. It's a song called Tunga. It's just a vibe, bro. You gotta check. Cincinnati got some good R&B going on. I can tell you that much. And,
all right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, this has been another great episode of Untitled Radio, man. Well, we got the heat for your street on 99.3.
For your streets on 99.3. You feel me?